Hey guys, it's Chris here from Chris's Creative Life, and I design workshops that help you create beautiful layouts from start to finish with easy to follow guides. And we are back today with another one of my Remember Today assembly videos. So this one, we are up to layout number 6. So my intention with this series was just to do a series of fast videos showing you how I assembled my Remember Today Cut Above kit. So I create these as a gift. I try not to go too far from the cut above for this. If you're looking for something more extensive or you want to create these into 2-page spreads, stop by my blog at chrisscreativelife.com, and I have actually created a workshop that will turn the workshop kit into, with additional supplies, into 2-page spreads. But let's get started today. So this one, I'm going to shoot you down on my desk so you can see what's going on. I'm going to keep this one almost exactly the same because there's a lot going on the page anyway. So this is page number 6. So this is what we've got going on here. So like I said, I've said in previous videos too, that the fun thing about the cut above is they can do things on the pages that you don't then have to do, right? So they've made this page look like it's got watercolor splatter on it. It's distressed already. So you don't actually have to do anything to this page, and it's done for you. It's also completely flat. So if you're worried too much about thick pages or bulk on your pages, I'm not. But this is a cut above, or something like Craft with Heart is a great way to scrapbook for you then. Okay, so this one, like I said, is relatively easy. I'm just going to pop a few of the pieces up on some 3D foam to add some volume to the page, but that is about it. So I gathered all my pieces for page number 6. This is just my cut up piece of the sticker sheet. So I'm just peeling the back off, and I will just pull the inside pieces out here and set my title aside for once I have everything in place on the layout. Okay, so there's our title, Explore. So these are some more of the pictures that are my son on a trip to the coast. So they went to the West Coast to do some fishing, and there's some more pictures coming that I'm not going to tell you the story about until we get there. Okay, so this is the punch apart section of this page. So these arrows, I'm going to leave these flat because we have these little triangle pieces, and I'm going to pop them up on 3D foam tape. So these just fit into all of the slots in color order. This is actually, I like this layout. This is a fun little layout. Maybe I will do it as a traditional page too. So just because something is cut above, don't think that you can't take the inspiration and use it somewhere else. So sometimes it's a great way, like starting point for something else. So I could take elements of this layout and turn it into a 2-page spread, or just use some of the same idea and do another single page. So let's get all these in place here. So like I said, all of those I am actually going to put flat on my page because we have the little triangles that will get popped up, and I'll probably pop up all these little arrow pieces. So just because one thing, just because it's cut above, like I said, you can't negate it for inspiration somewhere else later down the line. Okay, so I've got all my pieces punched out. And this one was actually a super fun one to turn into a 2-page spread. So for my workshop. Okay, so I'm just going to add these down flat onto the page. So the calendar is just whipping along. If you wanted to see more detailed up close photos, I am adding photos to my blog of the finished pages as I go. So, because there were 13 pages to this, it's made a fun little series to do. So, and I hope you guys feel like you're along on the journey with me. Okay, and then so there's just the candy apple left here. So, and as I've said, I think several times before, I love that probably the longest part of the whole process is just simply picking out your photographs to add to the pages. But it's not like an overwhelming number of photographs because it's only 13 pages. And some of them just have room for like a single photograph. So it's not, I just sat down one day with a cup of coffee and scrolled through my last year of photos and kind of just picked ones I thought would work. So now I'm just adding the second pieces here, the little standalone pieces. You could also glue those down if you wanted instead of using adhesive. Just because I don't want to stop for anything to dry, I'm going to just pretty much stick with adhesive. But then things like that happen. So I'm just going to use my rub and erase and it picks it right up. Okay, so like I said, I think this one's going to come together super quickly. So I have my 2 photographs and they're already cropped to fit on to the mats. And especially with this, I really want, again, that little tiny 1/8 of an inch mat, not like the 1/4 of an inch like you get when you process your photos. So that's why lots of times, even though you don't have to use the photo mats, lots of times I will. I just like that, just that little bit of the white border to help things stand out on the page. Okay. So this was like a father-son trip. So that's why I'm including lots of those photos on this calendar, because this one is from my mother-in-law. And it was the first time my son had been to the West Coast. So that was kind of fun. I was semi-afraid he was not going to want to come back, because I knew he would love it out there. So I'm just moving my photo down just slightly. Okay, so this is going over here somewhere. Probably about there, I would think. So it says 2 inches in, which you can see here on my Versamat. is right here. So there we go. So I'll just add some adhesive. There we go. So now, like I said, most of this I knew was going to be flat just because I wanted to add those little triangles. So the title is just going to sit in here. I'm actually moving it in closer to my photographs than they have theirs. But that is, it's yours to play with. Okay, so I did actually grab, all the embellishment I grabbed was some black and white dots. So I am probably going to add some of those. So, but let's get our little pieces here. And I am, like I said, going to pop some of these up on some 3D foam so that they show. So the fun thing about these little triangles is they have them overlapping into the other pattern. So it just kind of draws your attention to the fact that they are there. So we'll add these over here. So same thing down here, the blue one that you can't really see right now will be offset by the little one that has the mint graph paper on it. And then there is this yellow gingham and kind of a peachy color. Peachy red color. Okay, and then there's the last arrow. I knew it was on here somewhere. Okay. And then these, they just have down here right on the photograph to draw your attention to the photos. Gonna just overlap them. There we go. Okay, so same as I did previously, I'm going to use the thin 3D dots. That way I don't have to worry about cutting anything or finding the right size piece of 3D foam to go there. The large dot just fits kind of perfectly on this triangle. So I just kind of got it pointing down to the title there. They are very sticky also, so that's why I typically will use my piercing tool or the tweezers here because they will stick to your fingers, etc. So that's just a fun little detail. And it would be so easy to recreate on a scrapbooking page, like I said before. So maybe you should watch in the future for video. I will definitely reference that this is where the idea started. You can also peel the back off and then just stick your shape down and pull it off like that, and then you're actually all ready to go. So like I said, these dots just happen to be, the larger dot just happens to be the perfect kind of size for these triangles. So on the arrows, I'm probably going to just use the regular 3D tape because it'll be perfect size for them. So last one here, I'm just pulling the back off. I'll stick my triangle down. And there we go. Okay, so that part is done. So the black one, I think I am going to add thick 3D foam tape. I have a piece here that I didn't use from another project. And the two striped ones, I'm just going to use thin on. So they just, I get a couple of different layers here. Okay, and so the width of the 3D foam tape, there's two widths in each package, right? There's a thicker width and a thinner width. So you kind of get the right size for whatever you're working on. Or you can always use the shaker inside pieces too. Make sure to save all of that, but that's just the thicker 3D foam tape, that's not thin. So quite often I will have the little shaker pieces just sitting on the corner of my desk when I'm working on a project. And then I can grab all sorts of different pieces. It's also nice when you have funny little shapes too, right? To get just a corner in there. Okay. So, and the 3D foam, like I said before, has got some great sticks. So make sure it's where you want it before you stick it down. As long as you don't push it all the way down, you can still manipulate it a little bit. It's once you push it down that it's kind of stuck there for good. Okay, so now the only thing left is I'm going to add a few dots to the layout and we are done. So this is just some of the black and white dots. And I'm actually going to mix and match the black and whites just to draw some attention. And it's just kind of nice because it's a different shape, right? With the triangles and the arrows to have something round on the layout. And I've done them in, you can kind of see in a triangle there. So there we go. So that one didn't take very long. There was lots of distressing on this already, so it didn't really need to be embellished very much. So there we go. Page number 6 done, and don't forget that I am posting close-up pictures on my blog and in the video series too. You can go back and watch all of the other pages along the way, and that's what I've got for you guys today. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Here are some still shots from my project today. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you next time.